Hello, this is Daniel Larson. I just got in trouble with my probation officer for not following the probation rules.
Yes, that's right. Daniel Larson on February 3rd is going to be in trial. And to be frank with everybody, I'm a little bit excited to see what's going to go down in that courtroom. And you might be thinking, Mox, you're not somebody who can just go in and sit in the courtroom. Well, you're right, I might not be able to, but anybody that is in the state of Colorado can, that's for sure, because they did not close his trial. I don't know what they were thinking, but, you know, they gave that verdict, so we'll see what's going to happen here. But yeah, if you don't know already, Daniel Larson is an internet lolcow who, quite frankly, is someone who's very hard to describe now that I'm trying to do it, but he's a TikToker, YouTuber, movie star, president, and what else? That's right, dating Grace Vanderwall. Wow. He just got it all, doesn't he? But I was just thinking, it's February 1st, his trial's in 2 days, so I might as well make a little video essay for those who need a little recap. Our story starts on November 15th, 1998, where our protagonist and main character, Daniel Robert Larson, is born. Daniel's life is very well documented, up to the point of him reaching the Tennyson Center for Children. But just for the fact of it being kind of graphic and a little unsettling for me to talk about in a lighthearted way, I'm gonna skip over that. But like I said, Daniel, before reaching the Tennyson Center, went to around 10 to 15 foster homes.
When I first came here, I actually was really nervous.
A character who will be showing up repeatedly from this moment on is Daniel's mentor, Bob Proctor. They were pen pals at the Tennyson Center together. After being there for a while, he was eventually granted guardianship by his grandmother, Nancy. His grandmother was a very kind lady, but she was known to give in to Daniel's bad habits.
When his grandmother got word of Danny's situation, she moved here from California to be his guardian.
Wonderful!
So he wouldn't end up in a foster home. Danny still lived at the center for a year and a half, but now lives with his grandma, continuing to go to school at Tennyson and receive treatment.
When he came to Tennyson almost 3 years ago, he was very angry and confused and feeling very uncertain about his life and where he belonged and what was going to happen.
Now, this part I find very sad, and I believe many people might not know this, because out of the videos that I have watched on Daniel, they've never said this, but on the day that his grandmother died, he was at the Special Olympics, and they told him that she had, that she was on her deathbed, and Daniel basically said that he was just going to stay at the Olympics to show that he's a fighter. Which, I don't know, I think it shows that Daniel just did not care very much for his grandmother, which I find very terrible and sad.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being here. And they did a lot to help me. I made lots of friends. I learned how to do stuff I never knew how to do before. And it's much better now. Thank you.
The classic era. This was the time to be on TikTok. I mean, 2020, the virus was here. You know, you could watch Daniel Larson on his account, Daniel Larson Fan, all lowercase. Yeah, that's what it was called. Which I don't know. I don't know what he's going on with that. But the wiki describes his initial fame to this video of him saying goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everyone. Including my girlfriend. Sweet dreams.
I'm definitely not the first person to notice this, but all these locales, they always have their ringer on when they're recording the TikToks. Leslie Clark, Nova, Daniel, he's number one. He always has them on. But I guess some other interesting lore here. I guess he has a girlfriend at the time. I don't know who that could be, but I don't know. Maybe it's Grace. There's a pre-run to Grace. With his rise to fame, his fans started calling him Mr. President, which they still do today, some do. And obviously if you're the president, you need your government with you, so this is the point when management started to take a role in Daniel's life.
What's up? This is Big D. Y'all ready to party? All these fake record labels trying to reach out to me. One thing they don't know is they call me Big D. I'll be hanging out here with Roach Records. We be making them G's. Fine dining records, yeah, nobody needs. Roach Records out here, making them bleed.
With Daniel's rise to fame and management being introduced, Daniel's Pinterest account was found. And this is when the story takes a turn from where he was saying some funky stuff about kids, and this is where it's confirmed that this is before the trolls. This account was made before the trolls came in. This account was found by his management. So this is a clip of him denying knowing what Pinterest is, even though he said on multiple accounts that he does know what it is.
Somebody was telling me of some type of social platform called Pinterest. Huh. I wonder what type of printer it uses.
Now, after the November 20th incident happened, he went on a couple-month break, and he didn't do anything until March of 2021, where he started uploading again, talking about how the FBI was watching him, and then he started gaining more traction in April, again renewing his follower base. But May 6th, the May 6th incident. Now, I'm not gonna show a clip, but basically a gentleman, one of his managers, decided to tell him that he was auditioning for an adult film on TikTok Live. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. No pictures or nothing of that. 'Cause I'd like to keep doing posting this on YouTube. But after this is when the headset era starts, and we learn that the manager, Flexburger, was the one that told Daniel to star in this film, and now Daniel's at war here.
What's up, everybody? This is Daniel Larson. There is just now a text over social media that came up under Flexburger. Please do not look at it. It's a picture of my ding-a-ling. For some reason, this guy has changed the text message in the entire thing to mean something different because of the accusations about me. Do not believe it. We have Interscope's security team, cybersecurity team, working on everything right now to clear everything. We're going to get it taken down off the media. Please stay tuned.
And we did stay tuned. And yeah, we found out that even more people, not just Flexburger, were doing these little Chris Hansen, Skeeter Jean sting ops on Daniel, and every time he failed. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody. Now, I forgot to bring these up, but in the classic era, because we're starting to come up on a little bit of the end here, there's been different arcs, and some of them include, in the last clip, the headset arc, And another one from a clip here I'm going to show you right now is the fog. And they're important to the story, but not as a kind of super important thing. I don't know, it's kind of like a funny era before Daniel was known as this terrible person.
Happy Halloween, everyone. It's a day after Halloween, called Spooky Hallows Eve.
Now, as Daniel's war with Flexburger continued to go on, he ended up doing a couple live concerts with the headset, and another major event during this time was when Daniel actually was convinced by the trolls that Grace and Dave Vanderwall both had a heart attack and died, and he had a public freak out on TikTok where he started hitting himself, and I can't show it here, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. It's on the wiki, I know that. Now, after this, there's some more Daniel shenanigans going on where he gets kicked out of his group home, and he now has to move to a different group home, and he loses the headset. So instead of the headset arc, it's now the Hype House arc. Crazy, right? And during this Hype House arc, there's such notable videos as the pencil, bottle, and toothbrush incident. Yay! So glad I have not seen those. But during this time, they also found Daniel's adult film creator account, where he is, I guess he has his own account. He's a professional. After hearing some of the stuff he's done, I wouldn't put it past him. But here it is, guys. Daniel's greatest hit, Roaring Thunder, was released this month, and it's just such a beautiful song. Now, to finish off 2021, from August to December, it's basically a straight shot of Daniel shenanigans, where at one point during the Hype House arc, he's in his assisted living house, and he's recording TikToks with his housemates. He's accusing the helpers of assault, Jonas, I believe, of assault. And there's a video of him getting drunk and twerking where he's noticeably erected, is what the wiki says, so I like that phrasing. But he's also punching holes in his wall, so at this point it's obvious that we're getting pretty close to one of the next arcs here. But let's see what 2022 has to offer. The homeless era. This, I believe, is when many people started to learn about Daniel Larson and have seen clips. I've learned about him from the clips that have come from this era. It's the longest one in the Larson verse, 796 days, which is around 2.5 years, give or take. So there's a lot from this arc. There's obviously Daniel being homeless. There's a couple breaks in between. They were only a few weeks though. I think one of them was a couple months. But other than that, Daniel has been homeless for a good chunk of his life. And it only ends when he goes to jail. So, but Daniel, the entirety of this time, is getting more erratic with everything going on around him. So, can't wait to look at some of these clips here. Now, another incident from this time that I really wanted to put in here was the porch charging incident where, as it sounds, Daniel is charging his phone on a random guy's porch. And as you'd expect, the gentleman gets home and he's like, what the hell are you doing on my porch? And Daniel's sitting there recording him, doesn't say anything. He's like, get the hell off my porch, you know? Guy's angry, he probably just got home from work, you know? Those Colorado work days, holy smokes, are kind of hard, but, but I don't know, Daniel is sitting there, and he, basically, the guy gets in his face, and, Daniel's like, don't touch me, and then he, drops an N-bomb. Now, this gentleman's like, really, that's where you want to go? And then he also proceeds to drop the N-word, but, as you know, neither of these gentlemen are black, so I'm a little confused. Wow, Mox, you must be thinking, what is that gentleman doing right there? Well, obviously it's Daniel Larson competing in the Denver Colfax Marathon. Finishing second to last, but we're not going to talk about that. Now, this is all in the same month of the porch charging this, and when he ended the month doing some stuff in a Red Robin's bathroom. But, you know, May was a pretty successful month for the guy, I will say.
I never used to be able to come out in crowds like this and be able to talk like this and be myself.
These poor people have no idea what they're getting into. But this is Daniel at a Roe v. Wade event talking about basically his life story. I know at one point he mentions his grandmother died because of his autism, and they eventually kick him off the stage.
That so-called management, which I later found out was fake, they ended up getting me to go onto TikTok Live and go completely nude online.
Boom! Bringing up the May 6th incident. I don't remember if I said it'd come back up again, but ladies and gentlemen, it sure did. Oh my gosh. Then he goes on to talk about Grace Vanderwall, and yeah, they kick him off the stage, but I don't know what those people, I mean, honestly, the rest of the speech is so, sorry to say this, Daniel, boring. It's him repeating the same stuff over and over again. Sorry for the burp there. I'm not re-recording this. And it's just, Daniel, I don't understand. I know he's got a couple screws loose, so I won't put it past him. But in the month of July, some more crazy stuff goes down. Daniel releases another song. He starts kicking up his Twitch account. What was the other one? He basically is going crazy. Yeah, because the toothbrush incident got leaked at this point. And the kicker in the rear for this month of July was that Tina Vanderwall directly messaged Daniel and told him basically that her daughter has nothing to do with him, and he basically tried to get sympathy by saying he was going to do something really bad to himself. Now, from this moment on until 2023, Daniel is still homeless. He has been, but there's not really a lot to talk about until the Bob Proctor incident in November. But there was a fake nuclear attack, went to the casino, got left there, got arrested at a Walgreens, made his way back to Denver, and then he met up with Ox, and then they went out to eat and go to the casino. And Ox is one of his managers that now thinks that Daniel is... He believes that Daniel's somebody that needs his trolls, and the trolls need Daniel, so there's nothing really they can do about it. They're like yin and yang. And then the Bob Proctor incident. Basically, the Bob Proctor incident is when Daniel decided that the motel was trying to kill him. And he repeatedly attacked Bob in the car, giving Daniel himself, he gave himself a bloody nose, punching himself in the head and beating Bob, and then he fell out of the car. Then he said Bob ran him over. Just crazy stuff. And then in December, he tried to pay the taxi driver with a Medicare card or something. It's all wait for December. I feel like there would be some more stuff, but yeah, that's what happened until the new year of 2023.
For anybody that's wondering, Bob just ran me over with his car after telling me to turn off my phone in his car, which I did do, and then he didn't believe me. He called me a liar.
Now, this might be a little lazy, but I'm going to give you guys an explanation of this. I think this is where I'm going to end this part of the documentary, because tomorrow the trial starts, and I kind of want to do... I've gone through 3 years worth of stuff here, and 2023 is a huge year for Daniel stuff, and 2024, I mean, it's the first couple months, and then he gets arrested, and then he's in jail, and then all of 2025 he's in jail. So I mean, it's 2026 now. Yeah, and tomorrow's his trial, like I said, so I think I could honestly get a whole other video made of stuff, and I want it to be better, because there's a lot more clips out there of stuff from 2023 than there is any of these other years. So I'm thinking I'm going to end it here, but let me know if you guys do want the second half. I think it would be really fun to do, just to see all the clips of stuff like the Olive Garden incident, and him and Joshua Block, Daniel at Disney World. I mean, there's so many things that are crazy that happened during 2023, and I guess 2024 and too, but yeah. That's the first part of this Daniel documentary, the Colorado Cryptid, and I'll leave you guys off with some of my favorite Daniel clips from 2020 to 2022.
Hello everyone, this is Daniel Larson. Please stop burning cars and houses and buildings in Los Angeles. I am appalled at what you guys are doing, my own fans. And I just can't tell you more to please stop. There's already 9 people injured and have been taken to the hospital in Los Angeles. We don't want this to go on the rest of the night.
This is a message to Quandale Dingle. Please stop messaging me. Go to hell.
We apologize for the interruption.
Normal programming has been interrupted at the request of the U.S. government. Everyone receiving this broadcast should pay close attention.
The United States has been subjected to a nuclear attack. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of 12 nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. The 8 remaining nuclear missiles will strike the following locations in the next 15 to 20 minutes: Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle.
Dan, are you within 300 miles of Los Angeles?
Yes.
Will almost certainly kill you. Make sure you have enough food, drink, and a battery-operated radio. Wait until the all-clear has been given before.
I don't think the nukes affect celebrities.
Oh God. Okay. It was a prank, Dan.
What the fuck? The hotel people and the security downstairs are trying to look at the news right now. I told them that it's all over the news, Channel 18. CNN. You're getting fired.
Okay. Okay, I won't do it again.